I'm Barbara McGinnis. Welcome back to Takacs McGinnis Elder Care News Hour. In this episode, we're talking about Medicare and Medicaid, what's the differences, and how to dispel myths and some common misinformation that's out there. What kind of information do you need to know to help your family?
And I'm Tim Takacs, and we have a special guest today that's going to help us talk about, learn more about Medicare Advantage Plans. What options do they provide? What's the difference from Medicare Advantage Plans from traditional Medicare? We're speaking today with Tempra Mosely, owner of Tempra InsurancePlus3. Tempra has 25 years in the insurance business, and she has a passion for serving seniors and persons with disabilities. Welcome, Tempra.
Thank you.
So tell us, what is a Medicare Advantage plan?
That's a very loaded question, believe it or not, and I thank you for asking and thank you for having me here. A Medicare Advantage plan is an insurance plan that supplements or is really combined with original Medicare. It takes original Medicare and puts it into plans like HMOs and PPOs that we're really used to.
Okay, well, what's the differences in the different types of Advantage plans?
They're all very similar. They all must offer exactly what is offered in original Medicare. The advantage of them is that they can offer more services than original Medicare does. The different types, HMOs, PPOs, we're very familiar with those. They are a little bit different than what we had when we had employers or individual plans, because the HMOs can act like PPOs and the PPOs can act very much like HMOs. But we get gym memberships and some dental services and vision care, things that seniors and those that are disabled often have forgotten that they needed until it's necessary.
So, what are some of the differences among the plans? You talked about an HMO, talk about a PPO, and maybe some people here that are watching really don't understand what that means. So why should I be in an HMO? Why should I be in a PPO? Are any of those plans even available in Tennessee?
The plans are very much available, and they are vibrant, full of benefits, very rich. Some are better than others, and it's really individual, which is why we're here. This is why we do what we do, because it's very confusing. We have to think about what's going to happen in the future, not just what we need now. What they do offer are spending limits on your yearly max out of pocket that you do not have in original Medicare. So if you have $1 million catastrophic year, well, you're responsible for $200,000 if you only have original Medicare. However, if you have one of those HMO or PPO plans, even special needs plans, you're going to have a maximum out of pocket, typically ranging from around $6,700 to $10,000.
Wow. So if you're trying to decide, if you're new to enrollment to Medicare and you're trying to decide, do I choose traditional Medicare? Do I choose a Medicare Advantage plan? What factors go into making that decision other than just premium cost?
That is really a huge question and a very common question. Your doctors in network. Do you mind prior authorizations? Are your hospitals in network? I even ask people to think about, if they have a catastrophic condition happen, will hospitals outside of the network that they know be available to them? If I need Vanderbilt, can I get there? There are 4 people in my household that would not be alive without Vanderbilt. I need to know that. If I'm in Memphis, will it be available? MD Anderson, those kinds of things. What will happen if I get a new medication that I didn't know if it was on my formulary? These are things that go into it. Again, while we're here, because of the unknown future.
You know, that sounds very confusing to me, but I know that my mother, she's in a great plan down in Florida. Why don't I just join her plan? Is that okay? Can I do that?
That may or may not be okay. What happens in Florida may sometimes only be best in Florida. So that's why we need a professional to help us make that decision. And even what's best for our neighbor may not be best for us. You know, those are things, diabetics, cancer survivors, these are things that they need to think about. What if I get Parkinson's? Is that going to be okay? But you mentioned a very good fact. Your mother's in Florida. Maybe you need to have a knee surgery and you'd like to do it in Florida because your mom's really peppy and she makes a good bowl of soup.
Right.
Will your plan go to Florida and take care of you while you're with your mother? Some plans do and some don't.
Right.
Wow. Tempra, you've got a couple of props with you. If you just want to share those quickly with our audience,
Sure.
and then we're going to put your contact information up.
I love it. Thank you, Barbara. What we do at our office, we're about education and advocacy. You've heard from a lot of advocates today,
Right.
but really to have one in-house, just as you all do in your house, is a very good thing. So we have a bag for people to put all of their mail in that they get from all of the carriers, and know that we also teach.
So here's the bag.
Yes.
Right.
Put your mail
Okay.
in, bring it in from all of the plans. We help you sort through it.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yep.
Right. And
There.
what you got there?
And then we teach at Nashville Community Education, and you can join our classes. We teach about disability and retirement planning, and even planning for disability inside of retirement.
So it looks like we got your contact information right here in your bag, don't we?
You do.
Well,
Okay.
Tempra, thank you for being here, and thank you for the services you provide the community. It is time for another break. The contact information just flashed on the screen. We're going to be speaking more in depth about Medicaid when we return from this break, and what is the different types of Medicaid, and do you have to renew your Medicaid? Be back soon.